On this day, as the sun rises over the land of the upright, we celebrate a nation whose story is not only powerful, it's revolutionary. Burkina Faso. A country with ancient roots, unbreakable pride, and a relentless spirit that has resisted every attempt to be broken. Today, we journey through 20 incredible facts about this remarkable country, from its pre-colonial kingdoms to the modern revolution unfolding right before our eyes. Before borders, before colonizers, before the name, Burkina Faso, was even whispered, there stood a proud people. The Mossi. Emerging around the 11th century, the Mossi kingdoms, especially Ouagadougou and Yatenga, became powerful states with centralized rule, military discipline, and sophisticated administration. The Mogo Naba, ruler of the Mossi, wasn't just a king. He was seen as the very embodiment of divine order. These kingdoms would go on to resist every attempt at invasion, maintaining independence for nearly 800 years. When French forces came in the late 19th century, the Mossi didn't surrender. They fought, negotiated, and defended their lands with every drop of courage. In 1896, after bloody battles and political deception, France colonized the region, naming it Upper Volta. But even under foreign rule, the spirit of resistance never died. Upper Volta became a French colony, exploited for labor, resources, and loyalty during both world wars. The colonizers divided ethnic groups, suppressed languages, and redirected wealth to Europe. But by 1960, the tides turned. On August 5, 1960, Upper Volta gained independence. Yet political freedom without economic liberation meant little. Neo-colonialism persisted. Foreign corporations controlled mines. Aid came with conditions. And corruption bloomed. In a land of over 60 ethnic groups, including the Mossi, Fulani, Bobo, Gormanche, Lobi, and more, diversity remained a source of strength. Despite challenges, these communities preserved their languages, customs, and identities. And in 1983, a bold wind swept across the Sahel. A young captain named Thomas Sankara seized power through a popular coup. Charismatic, disciplined, and fiercely Pan-African, Sankara was unlike any African leader before him. He changed the country's name to Burkina Faso, land of upright people. No longer would the Burkinabe bow to anyone. Under Sankara, the government rejected IMF and World Bank loans, refusing to accept money that came with strings. He called it, begging to stay poor. In just 4 years, Sankara achieved what most leaders couldn't in decades. He vaccinated over 2 million children against deadly diseases. He launched a mass literacy campaign that skyrocketed national literacy rates. He planted over 10 million trees to combat desertification. His government built roads, railways, schools, and hospitals, all without foreign aid. But Sankara wasn't just building infrastructure. He was rebuilding identity. He outlawed forced marriage, female genital mutilation, and polygamy. He gave women land, leadership positions, and education. He cut the salaries of officials, including his own, and made the modest Renault 5 the official government vehicle. No private jets, no limousines. His leadership style was simple. The state should serve the people, not the other way around. Yet, such courage made him dangerous. On October 15, 1987, Sankara was assassinated in a coup led by his close friend and comrade, Blaise Compaoré. For 27 years, Compaoré ruled under a cloud of corruption and foreign allegiance. But the spirit of Sankara lived on, in the people, in the youth, in the land. Fast forward to 2022. The country, once again, found itself at a crossroads. Jihadist violence was sweeping across the Sahel. Political instability was rising. And foreign troops had overstayed their welcome. It was under these tense conditions that a 34-year-old army captain, Ibrahim Traoré, rose to power. In September 2022, he led a popular coup against a failing military regime and promised to reclaim the nation's sovereignty. Today, Captain Ibrahim Traoré is the second youngest head of state in the world. His leadership, grounded in Pan-Africanism and self-determination, has been compared to that of Thomas Sankara. Like his predecessor, Traoré speaks against foreign interference, challenges France's grip, and calls for African unity. But his revolution is unfolding in a far more complex world, one riddled with foreign intelligence operations, media manipulation, and extremist threats. Still, Traoré has launched ambitious projects. He has nationalized resources, renegotiated gold mining contracts, and channeled wealth into agriculture. His government has supported farmers with seeds, tractors, and tools, boosting food security and local production. A gold refinery has been launched. Tomato factories have opened. Infrastructure development is on the rise. The government is reducing its size, cutting luxury, and investing in youth education and training. Under his watch, a futuristic city is under construction, complete with Africa's tallest tower, symbolizing a new era of ambition and pride. But it's not without controversy. The war with jihadists continues. Millions are displaced. Allegations of censorship, forced conscription, and arbitrary arrests have raised concerns. Some accuse Traoré of building a cult of personality, boosted by slick AI-generated propaganda. But others argue, he's simply filling a void left by decades of failed leadership. But with every revolutionary flame comes a shadow. Just like Sankara, Ibrahim Traoré walks a dangerous path. Since rising to power in 2022, he has survived at least 18 assassination attempts. 18. Forces within and beyond Burkina Faso have tried to silence his voice, fearing what he represents, a return of African pride and sovereignty. In one chilling incident, it's reported that his own aide-de-camp, ADC, was offered $5 million to betray and assassinate him, just like Blaise Compaoré once did to Sankara. But this time, history did not repeat itself. The ADC refused the bribe, choosing loyalty over blood money. That decision may have saved the revolution. Despite the danger, Traoré walks among the people with no bulletproof vest. He wears the military fatigues of the common soldier. He shares their struggles, eats their food, speaks their language, and listens, not from a palace, but from the front lines. Crowds chant his name. Women raise their fists in salute. Youths call him the people's captain. Across the streets of Ouagadougou, in the villages of the Sahel, in refugee camps and crowded markets, Burkinabe people love Ibrahim Traoré, not because he is perfect, but because he stands for them when no one else would. What is undeniable is this: Burkina Faso is once again at the center of Africa's revolutionary energy. A country with no coastline, but with vast gold. A people scarred by war, yet still standing tall. A youth generation hungry for dignity, justice, and truth. From the ancient Mossi emperors to the fierce vision of Thomas Sankara, from the sacrifices of independence to the boldness of Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is not just a name on the map. It is a symbol. A battlefield of ideas. A land of upright people who refuse to kneel. So today, as the world watches and the continent listens, we say, Happy Independence Day, Burkina Faso. May your story continue to inspire the next generation of African revolutionaries. May your people remain proud, resilient, and free. If this story moved you, if you believe in the power of African history, truth, and transformation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join us on this journey to reclaim the African narrative, one story at a time. Upright people, upright land. Long live Burkina Faso.